Guess where we are?
In the best place, a really exciting place.
We're not in a cave. And it's the first time we've been able to do a Tinpot podcast in the same room.
Yeah.
And that's because what have we done this weekend, Sharon?
We've built the Tinpot recording studio, and this is where we're broadcasting live from right now.
Fireworks, explosions. What is fascinating is, I know it's Wednesday, 9 a.m., but we spent the weekend just gone building this. And we will share pictures. We'll show how it all works. What is fascinating is I can't now live in a world where there isn't soundproofing.
Because our office is lovely, light, airy, high ceilings, but from an acoustics point of view, it doesn't work. Certainly not for recording.
No.
And when sometimes I call Mark when I'm elsewhere, I can tell he's in the office because the sound just bounces everywhere.
It's really high ceilings, isn't it?
Yeah. So in here you won't be able to see, but it's all soundproofed properly.
Yeah. All the way around. So 4 corners, and this is the weird thing. So when we were getting ready to do this broadcast, we were in the office. And then thought, we'll come in here and do the first one. But the office is, I don't know, what would you say, 12-foot high ceilings at least? And it's a big old space to rattle around in, and we don't really have that much stuff. We've got like a couple of desks and computers and things, so it's naturally quite echoey. But we spent the weekend soundproofing all this, and I thought when I ordered it, and yeah, to the naysayers, I didn't order too much. That's a conversation for John.
Perfect. Perfect measurements.
So I ordered soundproof foam, but it comes in like little squares. And this is what, 7 by 7 foot, I'd say. Probably another 7 foot tall. So little cubes like that, not that big. And I thought I'll order 3 packs. And they came, and there was 150, I think it was 150 pieces of foam in a square. And I thought, I've ordered way too much. I mean, I was saying to my brother, he's going to have enough to soundproof his teenager's bedroom. He's 15, so for obvious reasons, that does need soundproofing. But it was just enough, wasn't it?
Perfect, yeah.
And I think I've banked so many man points from what I did. We did the carpet. Painted it. We've got our Rick and Morty picture up here, our everything connected neon. There's a phenomenal neon sign outside as well, and it's just great, isn't it?
It's got a slanted roof, and everything it has got windows, but we've blacked them out as well. So from the outside it looks quite kick-ass, I think.
Yeah, but it's like stealth. Like if Zero Dark 30 did podcast studios, they'd hopefully do it like this. But I'm blown away.
We did it in one day, didn't we?
Yeah, and I don't mind telling the listeners and viewers how much it costs. I think for the actual build itself, we bought. So, well, actually, no, I'll rephrase that. Do you want to tell the story, Sharon, about the conversations you had with people when we were trying to find someone to build this for us?
Yeah. So we had a couple of conversations internally about, okay, we need to get a joiner. And then Mark said to me, can I put you on this? You project manage this. Can you find us a joiner? And I went, oh, well, my dad's a joiner. But we wanted to do it quick. In MKL style, we don't have much patience. And my dad was away. So while I wait for him to come back, I rung some other joiners that are local to me that had really good reviews. And this guy, I remember specifically talking to him about 9 p.m. I don't know why we were having a conversation that late. But he said to me, okay, so describe what you want. Oh, okay, I want a recording studio, but all I really want from you is the shell. So just a cube, that's it. That's only going to be indoors. Just a wooden cube where I can put a desk in. Everything else we'll sort. And he was like, so you want a shed? I was like, no, it's a recording studio. And he was like, sounds like a shed. So Mark and I discussed it, and I had a look, and I thought, well, okay then. So maybe the other point he said was this joiner couldn't actually fit us in for a year. And he did give me some other joiners' details, but I was like, oh, a year? Wow, okay. So I thought, okay, then, well, let's have a look at sheds. And we wanted something big enough, so 7x7. And we came up with this one. And it's not really just a shed, is it? It's made of like resin.
I don't know if it's Swedish design or wherever it was from. Again, we'll put in the description the actual make and model, but it was click and play.
Yeah,
it's just click into place plastic.
Yeah, but you can you don't have to paint it. You can have it completely external outside. Obviously, we've got it indoors, but and it's just really well put together, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think the shed, or now as we call it, the studio. I think that was £1,000, wasn't it, to buy? And then in terms of the paint, the foam, the carpet, I think that was it. Was it
just the sign? That was it.
And the sign. I think all in, it was probably about £1,500. Would you say something like that? £1,500 to have your own studio. And honestly, if you're ever in the Leeds area and you want to use it, just give us a shout, because once you come in here, I've never really been in a recording studio before, but it makes such a difference with the soundproofing, because the sound isn't reverberating back to me. So as I'm talking now, I mean, you can't really hear anything, can you? I can't hear the road. I mean, we've got windows open in the office right now, and I can't hear road noise, chatting, printer, nothing. It's phenomenal. So the plan for the studio is this is now going to be our base for Tinpot, and we're going to do loads more recording. Hopefully, have guests come into it as well. And I'm just excited, and I'm really proud of us for doing it.
Yeah, because we literally just did it all in one day. We started yesterday at 8:30. Putting it all together. You did all the heavy lifting.
Well, that's because like I said, it's 7 foot tall. So
I'm about 3 inches tall.
yeah. So when you're, what are you, 4'8"?
5'2".
All right, okay. So when you're 5'2", trying to get to something on the, what did you? Oh no, you said something. You called it because this is great. So I was doing something with the roof, and you don't have to actually get on the roof to do it. You sort of slide things in place, and in typical high-end European design, there's that nice little click when things slide into place, and it just goes, and then you go, right, that bit's in. But it's because it's on the roof, and because it's on like a sort of a very subtle slant, yeah. So you have to slide it in. So I'm saying to Sharon, can you just
guide it in?
Yeah, and then she said, I wish I had my, what did you call it?
Grow taller step. Anyone who's like short like me will appreciate that you need to grow taller step. At home, I've got the tiniest kitchen in the world, so everything is stacked into every available space, and I have to have one at home because I can't reach the stuff on the top shelves. But yeah, I was trying to help guide the roof panels, and I'm nowhere near. Like they're about from where I'm trying to reach.
Grow taller step. And again, if you don't know what that is, if you've got children or cousins or whatever, a grow taller step is the thing that a toddler puts in front of the sink when they learn how to brush their teeth. Sharon's a grown woman.
Just not grown very much.
And so that sounds like that's a daily occurrence, and that you have to use it.
I use it all the time. I have to use it to open the garage door. I use it constantly.
Jesus Christ. Just use it to get into your car?
No. My car's quite low.
Yeah, so this was just a quick one, really, just to say, we're more so to give ourselves a tap on the back.
Yeah.
And to say, if you're thinking of starting a podcast, or wanting to do something where you want to express yourself, be that through Twitch, or we're using StreamYard to do this, or whatever it might be, you don't have to spend the world on it. As I said, for £1,500, we've made this bespoke podcast studio, and we'll put pictures on, and we'll show you how we did it. We've got various stages along the way of how we did it. And now that I'm sat in it and I'm experiencing the acoustic values, but also it's like a man cave.
It is like a man cave.
So when I'm here and I'm on my own, it's going to be great. Not for what people might be thinking, but more so around. It's just going to be my little cocoon. So I mean, people probably listen to this, and when you're at work, and let's say you're in an open plan office like we've got, most big businesses have it these days. But I don't know if. I mean, we're not a big business, but we've got one now. But those little areas where you can go away, because it almost feels like you shut that door and you could be anywhere.
You could be in Dubai.
Oh, if only, Jesus.
Just without the heat.
Although, yeah, in Dubai heat with a soundproof studio, buddy, I'll be sat here in a mankini, and our viewers don't want to see that, but listeners, you would be spared that sight. But when we were chatting about building this, and once it was built, and it's more so for those people that maybe don't see your vision or understand where you want to go with it, or are saying, well, is that going to work, or whatever it might be. Once you build your safe haven, it doesn't necessarily, you don't need to have a budget of 1,500 quid. Your safe haven could be a corner of your bedroom, somewhere, a little space somewhere else in the office, or whatever it might be. Once you're in that little space, like in here, the conversation myself and Sharon having was, if you think a little bit differently, you're not in a little room in Wakefield. In here, you could be anywhere. Someone could be watching this in Dubai and you're in their office. Someone could be watching this in Saudi Arabia and you're in their house. In America, or whatever it might be, you're sat there with them, talking to them and talking with them if they were doing their live chat. So don't see this as you've just made a podcast studio in an office in Wakefield. What's so good about that? This is your ticket to to the world.
It's a portal.
I would say. Well, yeah, it is a portal. Very Rick and Morty comment.
Yeah,
very Rick and Morty comment in terms of the portal. So, yes, I haven't got anything else to say, Sharon, other than to say well done.
Yeah, congratulations to us.
Yeah, and everybody have a great Wednesday. Thank you very much.
Bye.